As I have discussed about the covalent bonding, that what is covalent bonding? It is a mutual sharing of electron. Now covalent bonding has three dimensions, that is directional. First of all, covalent bonding is directional, means it consists of three dimensions. That is x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. If we talk about y-axis, for example, if there are two atoms, atom A and atom B. This atom have three dimensions, that is x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. This atom also have three dimensions, x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. So on x-axis, when they'll be sharing their electron, before sharing, like that is electron and there is electron positive. Before sharing, in both atoms the electron will be positive, means clockwise when there is no sharing. And when they come closer to each other, because they want to make a bond, so when they come closer to each other, the attraction increase between them. How the attraction increase? Because the nucleus of one atom attracts the electron of another atom, so the attraction increase. So due to the attraction increase, so the repulsive force decrease. So as the repulsive force decrease, so the electron will change its direction, means one will be clockwise, second will be anti-clockwise. When they'll be sharing their electron, so it will, due to the attraction, there will be electron will be changing its direction. One will be clockwise, second will be anti-clockwise, because as we have studied that in orbital, one electron is clockwise, second is anti-clockwise, so that there will not be a repulsion. So the shared electron. After sharing, the one electron will be clockwise and second electron will be anti-clockwise. That is called shared electron. So that is basically a covalent bonding, and that bonding is called a sigma bond. What is sigma bond? So that is when the x-axis of one atom will make bond, when the electron on x-axis will make bond with the another atom on the x-axis, so that bond will be called as sigma bond. And it is the first forming bond, means in every atom first forming bond will be a sigma bond, means the sharing will be first on x-axis, so that bond will be called as sigma bond. We call this as face to face sharing. How it is face to face sharing? That these are on the same, means that are face to face sharing, so that is called face to face sharing, or we can call this as horizontal sharing. That is horizontal sharing. So that is why the sigma bond is a horizontal sharing, or we can call this as a linear sharing as well. Now if we talk about y-axis, when the atoms will be making bond on y-axis, one atom on y-axis, second atom on y-axis, that is A and B. So that when they'll make a bond, one will be parallel and second one be anti-parallel, that is shared electron, and that will make a bond when they'll be making a bond on y-axis, so that will be called as pi bond. And pi bond, you can say it is a parallel sharing, because the both atoms are parallel. Now if we talk about z axis, one atom will be on z axis and second atom will be on z axis. When they will make bond, that bond is also called pi bond, means on y axis and z axis both the bond that it will make will called as pi bond, and it is also a parallel sharing, because the both the atoms are parallel to each other, so that is called parallel sharing. Now if we talk about the example, like the example of single covalent bond, that is hydrogen, and they'll be sharing the one electron, that is one unpaired electron. When they'll be sharing, that is a single covalent bond, that is called a single covalent bond. And as I said that sigma bond is the first forming bond, means the bond the first bond that will made on x axis, the first bond it will make will be on x axis. So this bond is called a sigma bond, because it is first it will make on x axis, so there is only one sharing of means there are only two unpaired electron, one unpaired electron, second unpaired electron, that will be making a single bond, so that is a sigma bond that will be on x axis. If I talk about the double covalent bonding, that is O2, that makes it has two unpaired electrons, so it will make a double covalent bond. First it will make on x axis, that will be a sigma bond, and second it will make on y axis, that will be a pi bond. So that will be one sigma bond and one pi bond. So that is called one and one, two bonds are there, so that is called a double covalent bond. If I talk about the triple covalent bond, that is in N2, it is making triple covalent bond. It has three unpaired electron, first bond, second bond, and third bond. So first bond will be, it will making on x axis, that will be a sigma bond. Second it will make bond on y axis, that will be a pi bond. Third it will make a bond and that will be on z axis, and that will be a pi bond. So there is one sigma bond and two pi bond. So it is sharing three electrons, so that will be a triple covalent bond. Three bonds are formed here, first on x axis, second on y axis, third on z axis, so that will be called as triple covalent bond.